As the planet gets warmer, sea level rises for two reasons. First, warmer temperatures cause the ice on land, like glaciers and ice sheets, to melt, and the meltwater flows into the ocean to increase sea level. Second, warm water expands and takes up more space than colder water, increasing the volume of water in the sea.
Sea level rise can exceed 2 meters by the end of the century. We can predict damage to the coastlines by using LIDAR-based digital elevation models that tell us how much the sea level will rise in a certain year and how many residents along the coast will be displaced.
Today, sea level is 5 to 8 inches higher on average than it was in 1900. That's a pretty big change. For the previous 2,000 years, sea level hadn't changed much at all. The rate of sea level rise has also increased over time. Between 1900 and 1990, studies show that sea level rose between 1.2 millimeters and 1.7 millimeters per year on average. By 2000, that rate had increased to about 3.2 millimeters per year, and the rate in 2016 was estimated at 3.4 millimeters per year. Sea level is expected to rise even more quickly by the end of the century.
With continued ocean and atmospheric warming, sea levels will likely rise for many centuries at rates higher than that of the current century. In the United States, almost 40% of the population lives in relatively high population density coastal areas where sea level plays a role in flooding, shoreline erosion, and hazards from storms. Globally, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities are near a coast.
Scientists agree that the changes in climate that we are seeing today are largely caused by human activity, and it's climate change that drives sea level rise. Sea level started rising in the late 1800s, soon after we started burning coal, gas, and other fossil fuels for energy. When burned, these high-energy fuel sources send carbon dioxide up into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide then absorbs heat from the sun and traps it, warming the atmosphere and the planet.
Flooding due to sea level rise is a big challenge, but there are solutions to keep coastal communities safe. Individuals, mayors, governors, and Congress can work together to build protections before flooding, build back stronger after flooding, and create plans that future-proof communities. Right now, there are several temporary solutions cities and communities can take action on, like building seawalls. Seawalls are built on the coast to decrease flooding from tides and storms. They are often built to a height of 5 to 6 feet above sea level. To reduce flooding, old seawalls will need to be repaired and raised higher as the seas rise. Raising seawalls by 12 inches costs about $60 per foot. New seawalls often cost $600 to $2,000 per linear foot.
Raising roads is also a solid solution. Raising roads above sea level can help drain water and reduce tidal flooding. In order to make sure that higher roads don't channel floodwaters to homes and stores at lower elevations, cities often use stormwater pumps to remove this excess water.
Using our beaches is one of the most common and inexpensive solutions. Beaches and dunes can act like a natural wall that reduces the impact of storm surges. The bigger the beach, the more water it stops from reaching homes and roads. Towns can add sand to make beaches bigger or to protect them against erosion. Using this type of natural infrastructure can protect against flooding while maintaining beaches for the community to enjoy. Coastal communities can restore and build up natural infrastructure that can act as a buffer against storms and coastal flooding. Natural structures such as barrier islands, oyster and coral reefs, mangroves, seagrass, and salt marshes can work in unison with built infrastructure such as seawalls to absorb storm surges. These projects are often cost-effective and can improve the natural environment for the community.
These solutions may help, but sometimes retreating is the safest option. In some coastal areas, shorelines are being lost to storms, sea level rise, erosion, and subsidence. Though communities are implementing many of the solutions available to mitigate this, some are considering relocation. This option may not be the best fit for all coastal communities facing extreme cases of sea level rise, but for some, it is the best solution to keep residents safe. These are all temporary solutions that can help, but in order for us to reverse the damages and changes we have done to our climate and global ecosystem, we must take action and have a conscious understanding of the things that can hurt our planet. Small changes can have a huge impact in helping reverse these effects.